About half an hour total.
Yeah.
And I'll be gone. I'll come in and tell you when I'm finished.
Oh, go for it, go for it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
But just be aware that I might have to come. I'm going to leave it, but if someone else comes and tells me, then I have to come.
If you're told to come and speak to me, you do what you've been told to do.
No problem.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Obviously, don't try and pull the control off me, nothing like that.
I'm not going to do something.
But I'll be just there.
Yeah, no worries.
All right? Thank you very much, mate. It's lawful.
Right, no.
Come
here.
Go on.
Walk with me.
Yeah, sure. Where we
Can
going?
you count? Because I don't want to assume that you're not a numerate. Can you count?
Well,
Did you launch it from here?
no,
Where did you launch it from?
above there. I walked down to here.
But you're vertically, it was seen above this spot. So
No, the drone's been up there. Probably where we are now. Or
right, okay.
Along there.
Come here.
Go on.
Right.
What are you showing me?
Count. Walk me. One.
Right.
Count. Two.
What are we counting? Meters?
Right. I'm going to say.
No, I
the
don't
time.
know. Go on.
I told you that your drone use would be considered a privacy issue to the people in that hotel.
I've stayed away from the windows.
I checked. It doesn't matter whether you've stayed away from the window.
Of course
that
it
thing's
matters.
got a camera that can zoom in.
I'm not here to zoom into the window, my friend.
I don't
and you know
what,
that.
what you have.
As the officer arrives, he wastes no time in framing the drone flight as a privacy concern, pointing toward nearby hotel windows and raising the hypothetical risk of intrusion. But his argument rests entirely on what the drone could do rather than what the auditor is actually doing. The auditor has made a clear effort to avoid filming into private spaces, showing both caution and a strong understanding of where the line is drawn. In UK law, filming from a public place, even using a drone, is not a breach of privacy unless it targets individuals in a way that becomes intrusive or harassing. Simply having a zoom lens isn't enough to make that leap. The officer's concern, while perhaps genuine, is not legally grounded. It confuses a potential for misuse with actual misconduct.
I'll show you if you want. I'll show you the video.
However, I've also checked the details of what you can do
Go on.
with a small drone.
Yeah.
All right?
Sure.
And you can't go within 50 metres of someone horizontally. There are people in that building.
Not true.
Well,
I'll show you the legislation.
I've just looked at the diagram.
Scroll down to the bottom. 250 and under gram.
Secondly, what did I tell you
Go on.
would happen? Is that this would get called in as a security alert.
I've been in there. I've told them.
Stop talking.
They had no issue.
Stop talking and listen to me. Right? What did I tell you would happen? Is that this would get called into police as a security
But it's
alert.
you. You're back.
Talking and listen.
You need to speak to your boss, mate.
Right. Stop talking and listen.
No
I
problem.
don't need to be.
Go on. I'll listen to
Speak
you.
to any
I'm going to
boss.
look the research thing up. You talk. Go on.
What I told you is that if you launch a drone in this location,
I'm going to put it back in the bag.
it's make sure you do. And if it comes out again, honestly, this time there's no mucking around. I'm just
for a YouTube video.
Yeah. The drone part. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Counter-terrorism unit.
Well, I hope.
Like I told you.
I hope that they know. I hope that they know the legislation a bit better.
Right.
Because 250 and under gram drone can go any distance from anywhere. Within reason.
What's especially concerning is the officer's decision to involve the counterterrorism unit. Let's be clear. There is no suggestion here of terrorist activity, suspicious behavior, or anything remotely justifying such an escalation. The Terrorism Act 2000, particularly Section 43, requires reasonable suspicion that someone is involved in terrorism, a very high threshold that simply does not apply to a peaceful, lawful drone audit carried out in the open. Calling in counterterrorism for a drone flight that complies with CIA rules is not just disproportionate. It undermines the credibility of those serious policing units.
You have to be safe.
Yes.
So if I was to hover it over these people, clearly it's reckless. If I go and fly right up to the windows, it's a privacy issue.
What's the distance that you can go horizontally?
There's no distance with a sub 250
metres.
There's no distance with a sub 250 gram drone.
I've looked it up.
You're wrong.
With the size of your drone.
You're wrong.
50 metres.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Anyway, the point is, I said the point I'm making to you is not that this is an issue of the drone regulations. I'm not here to.
But I'm not breaking any laws, my friend. I know you don't like it, but I'm okay to do it.
Right. At the moment, you're not going to leave until I've taken your details under the Police Reform Act, Section 50. You've now got a right to give me the details because you're doing something.
What crime do you suspect me of?
Okay, I breached the drone regulations and
I haven't breached. I can show you if you want.
Okay, you've caused a security alert to happen at this station that luckily I've been able to keep a lid on. Okay, because of the conversation.
The officer demands the auditor's personal details, insisting he's not going anywhere until he complies, citing Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002. But here's the legal problem. Section 50 only applies when a person is believed to be engaging in antisocial behavior, meaning conduct that causes harassment, alarm, or distress to others. That's a specific legal threshold. And filming in a public place, especially when done calmly and within the bounds of drone regulation, doesn't meet it. Not even close. When challenged, the officer claims the suspected offenses are a breach of drone regulations and a breach of the peace. But neither justification holds water. First, if there were a genuine breach of CIA regulations, that would be a civil matter enforceable by the Civil Aviation Authority, not grounds for immediate arrest or a Section 50 demand. Second, breach of the peace is an archaic common law concept that applies when violence is either occurring or imminently threatened. There's absolutely nothing in this encounter to suggest that. Even worse, the officer presents his demand as non-negotiable, saying the auditor won't be allowed to leave. That kind of language amounts to a de facto detention, and without a lawful basis, it could breach Article 5 of the Human Rights Act, which protects the right to liberty.
Had I not been here, or I'd been engaged with something else, that would likely to have escalated to something much bigger, which is the very breach of the peace that I advised you not to do, and yet you've gone ahead and done it. So, for that reason, I'm going to require your details.
Can I just speak to this officer?
No. Not leave. If you
I'm not going anywhere. I'm trying to talk to him.
No. If you try to leave, okay, I will arrest you for a breach of the peace. Right? You're talking to me. You can talk to him in the moment. Right.
I believe you're overstepping your mark, and I'd like a senior officer to deal with this. I'm not going anywhere, mate. I'm not going to run away.
You are not going anywhere. Because if you do, you will be arrested. Because I'll consider
I have not committed any offence. Right. I am lawful to fly here, my friend. I am lawful to fly here.
Okay. The point, as I'm trying to explain to you, which you seem to childishly trying to be getting a reaction.
I just want to fly my drone, mate.
Social media channel, and I'm not really bothered.
I don't want no reaction. I just want to fly my drone.
Sure an international railway station, an iconic hotel, and another railway station across the road of national importance are able to carry on operating without pointless and avoidable security alerts.
CAA, yeah.
Right.
Drones under 250 gram, right? No.
Stop.
There's no distance.
Right.
I have not broken any regulations, so you have no suspicion of a crime. The only thing I'm required to give you is the ID on the drone, which links to the registration of the drone.
The auditor does exactly what a responsible citizen should do. He pulls up the Civil Aviation Authority regulations on his phone and calmly attempts to explain that he is not breaking any laws. He's trying to have a reasoned discussion backed by official guidance. The very same rules police are supposed to understand and enforce fairly. But the officer refuses to engage. He ignores the facts, dismisses the regulations outright, and doubles down by again shouting breach of the peace. A charge that by this point has become a catch-all excuse for a lack of actual legal grounds. And here's where it gets legally dangerous. When an officer is presented with clear evidence that no offense is being committed and refuses to even consider it, their actions begin to slide from ignorance into willful misconduct. Breach of the peace as established in our Leopold and Chief Constable of Gloucestershire 2006 requires a real and immediate risk of violence or disturbance. There's none of that here. There's no shouting, no crowd, no agitation. Just an auditor calmly operating a drone in line with national guidelines.
You have done something.
I haven't breached the peace. Flying a drone will not breach the peace, officer.
I told you that it was likely to create a security alert.
But that is not a crime.
I've had someone come running into our office going, there's a guy flying drones. Can you come and check it out from a security point
of course.
Exactly what I predicted would happen.
Yeah, but I've came in to tell you what I'm doing.
What if it wasn't me that he came to speak to, and it was another officer who goes, oh my God, this could be anything. Let's
generally
evacuate.
Look, I'll be honest with you.
Or he'd gone straight to his manager before coming to us, and they'd made that decision. Okay. I told you that was a possibility.
I can't stop people overreacting.
No.
I've told you. I've told the hotel.
You can.
I've pre-warned everybody.
You can, because I told you that was a likely consequence to your behaviour.
It's unjustified.
And you carried on doing it.
It's unreasonable. I'm not committing a crime.
This isn't someone acting covertly or trying to avoid detection. The auditor created no alarm. He gave notice. So if security alert was raised, it wasn't due to his conduct, but rather a reaction by individuals or staff unfamiliar with the law. That's not a breach of the peace. That's a breakdown in communication on their side, not his. Legally, breach of the peace requires conduct that is likely to cause immediate violence or serious disturbance. That's a high bar, and it has to be linked to the actions of the person being accused. Here, the auditor's actions are calm, transparent, and legally compliant. If his lawful behavior leads others to overreact, that's not a legal justification to detain or threaten him. It's a training issue for staff and, frankly, the officer himself. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me continue with my independent coverage. His channel is linked in the description. Show him some love. Thanks for watching.